Okay, so here's the difference in the spring height. Obviously, big difference. We're dropping it. We decided to drop it about, 3 coils. And then we heated this up and squished it so it mated half-assed there. It looks okay. And now we have to, what do we have to do? Take this out on the bottom?
Yeah, I gotta separate the tubes.
And then right here, you need a piece of PVC right here to make, that's about this exact height, to make up for it so there's not slop bouncing around, so it's not just slapping around.
Lift up on you when you take off and accelerate too.
Right. It'll keep it snug. All right. Cool. Here we go. Okay. So we took about that much off, which I don't think is too much. We hope. I think it was like including the top, it was 4. Now we're heating it up. 4 coils. Getting it nice and red hot there so it stays down and it stays onto that piece so it's not stabbing and poking around on that plastic.
Well, I wonder
so pulling it over the side?
Yeah, it's flat.
That's how it goes. Seems good to me.
Yeah. Well,
is it kind of flapping out of there a little or not really?
Let's see. I'll heat that spot right there up so it flattens out. A little bit of work. Grind it a little more.
Oh, that's weird.
Fucked up a little bit.
Warp.
Yeah.
You pulled it over with that thing to the side a little. You can heat it and pull it back. Or you could grind that edge off.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, I can just bend this one down a little further. Like right here.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah, but just make sure
don't heat that far. Just go like that.
Yeah, but don't have this top jaw pulling backwards on it, because that's why it got out of whack.
Yeah.
Like so. Yeah. Or if you had like a channel lock, they can get in there more narrow. Okay. Want to grind that edge off a little on the top?
Where, right here?
Yeah. Like
right up
so
here.
It's flat here.
Oh.
So go with it.
No, that's okay. It's still and round with it. See?
Oh, perfect.
Well, let's see. I forget. Okay, let's see.
Hey, hand?
I'm just trying to think here for a second. How this fucker.
Okay, so this is the original one. We haven't done anything with this yet. We've got a 19-inch from an old 250 that we laced up to this the front hub for the 400. This is a YZF 400. What is this? A 98? 99. So we're attempting to lower it. We're doing this as an all-farm build. We're going to race it next week. It's a 400. I don't think anything's been done with the motor. Has it? Or is there a cam? No cam. Because it's still...
Yeah, it's got a cam in it, but...
It's still...
I don't know what it is. I think it's a hot cam's cam.
Well, it sure isn't a decompression cam, I'll tell you.
No.
We put the new tires on. We flopped down the Big Bucks 300, and that's the only thing we really spent on this so far. We went with 140s and 130s in the front. These are the Dunlops, the D fucking D I don't know, D13s or something. Yeah, DT3s. Yeah, DT3s. So
this
So everything's done pretty cheap so far. We're gonna lower it. I forgot that link. I'll go get it. But we're gonna lower it. We've got another link that's a little bit longer. We're gonna snap in here. We're gonna try to drop it, and then we're just gonna fuck with preload in the shock. But that's where we're at. We also have a pea shooter exhaust, which is super quiet, and we're gonna do something else with that too. Chop it off if we need to. And so yeah, that's where we're at. And then yeah, we'll do an update later. So here it is. This is a 98 YZ400F or YZF, whatever. Anyway, we made it into a flat track racer. And here, I'll show you how nice and low it is when I sit on it. It's not perfect. We want to do it cheap. We want to do a cheap farm build. But it's nice. It goes around corners and it hangs on as good as I know how. I've never ridden flat track, but it's low, it's good, it's solid. That's actually maybe a little more solid than we want, but it works good. Okay, come closer and I'll give you a tour. So I went with these DT3s. I did a 130 in the front, 140 in the back. They're both 19-inch. What I did with these is I used the hub that was from the 400, and then I had another. I used the front hub, and then I found a rear rim that was 19, and I just reused the spokes, and they happened to go in. I thought I was gonna have to use new spokes, but I didn't, and it just worked. I just bought a truing stand and some shit, and it's got a hop in it. It's not perfect, but it's gonna be good enough to ride around, hopefully. Now we just changed the oil, and I put a different swing arm on here because I was having clearance issues with this. But that's because I put a shock in from a different bike. But what we did before was just, where's that shock? And this worked good too. This is the way we're gonna run it, but I wanted it to be a little bit higher for me because I'm a huge lard ass. All we did was we drilled a couple holes in here, and we ended up using this offset one. If you drill it through, you might want to offset it to one side because you have clearance issues with the swing arm. I'll demonstrate with the extra parts that I happen to have. You'll have clearance issues with the swing arm being bolted to this and then hitting right here. It'll hit there and it'll kind of pop the spring over a little. And honestly, I didn't even know it was doing that. It was running good, but then I noticed after I took it off, it was all, this spring had came off, and it was just kind of pushing against this bushing or seal or whatever that is. Anyway, this is the old 400, and I had a 03 swing arm. It works really good.
So you got Joe coming tomorrow to...
Okay, ready?
Action.
And we're back. The neighbor came by and we paused it. So this is part 2. I don't know. I'm going to try to join him in YouTube. If it seems seamless, I figured it out. If not, you're watching part 2. Anyhow, this is the 140 back here. We're running, this is what it was. It was a 48, and I believe we've got a, it doesn't really tell me, but I think it's a 15 on there. And it just seems nice. It's a small track. This thing pulls hard, and I can't imagine I'm really going to hit third ever. So that's what we're running for gearing. We had a hole in the gas tank. We used this stuff called Good Stuff or the Best Stuff. It's in like a, you've probably seen it. It's like at O'Reilly's, and it's like Cheese Whiz, but it's black, and you don't want to eat it, but you do want to put it here if you have a leak. It also works good for like it's like another kind of form of gasket. Let's see what else. Oh, like I said, we took these shocks out and we cut off. It was 4 coils. I think it was 4 coils. Anyway, it was about that much. We just cut it off, and then we dropped it up here, and we got it's a lot lower. It handles really fucking good. It's fun to drive on gravel roads, and I imagine it's going to be fun to drive on the flat track. I put this on. This is a farm build. We didn't spend any money on this, just tires, and I did buy some front bearings because these were shot. So we've only spent I think it was $2.50 on the tires or something, and then these were 25 bucks. That's it. That's all we spent. Everything else was from the farm. This I got from that piece of shit pit bike over there. So, you know, giving a shout out. These I found. I had gotten them as a gift and I forgot about them. James gave them to me. He actually gave me the whole bike at one point. What else? I cut that down. We modded that. That's the only real thing that's hard to do, but I want to brag about the rest. Come on over here. I want to brag about all the cool stuff I did. There's actually only one thing. I cut off the stock piece of muffler here. It was like this, and it looked so lame where I was like, I don't like that. And plus maybe it'd give me a core sample and I don't need that, so I cut it down. That's more of a racing tip, I would say. I think that's it. Oh, we trimmed this up. And be careful when you trim up the front. Now, we were just going to have this off, but when we were test driving on gravel, I was getting like my eyes full of every kind of rock like this. I felt like I was doing this and people were just throwing rocks at my face. But I avoided that by saying, hey, I want to run some kind of a fender. So we put it back on, we cut it off, and then we thought, that looks really stupid because this was hanging on, so obviously, you know what we did with that. And, you know, that's it. That's the look we went for. And honestly, it looks way better without it, but I can't even see how cool it looks if I have a ton of rocks in my eyes. And we dug these up somewhere from some other set of forks, and I don't know, they fit. And I think that's optional. I just ran them because we had them. And, you know, maybe it won't pit. Maybe it won't pit them up and make my seals leak any worse. I mean, they're just pissing out the side, and I have to get new ones, but I need to change the oil and everything, but I'm not going to do it. We're racing tomorrow. And we voted on this. James and Leo both wanted this over the other one. So if anyone wants to PM me, I'll send them this one for, I'd say, you know, 200 bucks or so. I think that's it. Oh, this is cool too. I advised this. This is a piece of hose. I don't know what the internal diameter, what even size it is, but James had this on here already. If you have a 426 or a 400 or 450 or anything that's just ripping your boot in half, get some, you know, put a little grease on there, pound or spit on there, or some dick lube or whatever, and just pound this over your thing and then heat it up. It'll shrink down, and it's really a comfortable kick. My foot doesn't hurt. I've been doing it in my Chuck Taylors. I mean, these are the new ones with the black, and they're a little puffy here, but it doesn't hurt. So, yeah, and it fires up. You want to hear it? Yes? Sounds like yes. I usually recommend about 25 pumps for this one. Pretty good. I'm too scared. Remember when I said it doesn't hurt? It does hurt. Yeah, the choke was on the whole time, I know, but it works, and it's awfully rough in the front. You may have seen my arms almost breaking off, but it's a real tougher suspension with those springs cut out. So it's nice, it's awesome, and it was free. It was free. This is a '98 hub. It went to an '03 rear rim, and it was fucking free, and it worked. I did buy a touring stand and what are those called? Tension spoke. What are they called? Anyway, it snaps when you. Anyway, so yeah, the thing that tightens the thing. I had 2 beers and I'm drunk. See ya.
Okay, good job.
Thanks.
Good luck tomorrow on your big race.
Did you